It raps like a heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars, in fact I blast tasteful thoughts and past I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise, now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce, I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver juice, I need the views to boost me through a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now, you're dead to me so peace out, remember you're just freaked out, get ready for defeat.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Q-Show here, and now, before I do continue, this series is one that is very close to being finished, so I did want to finish this one up, and then start going through some of the ones I do still have. Now, with that being said, let us give a review. Now, in the last part, Deku, he went to the board of directors for the Yaoyorozu Corporation. He informed a lot of them as to what he wants to happen. Right now, Deku, he is in a rock and a hard place. The Intelli Corporation, they have the designs of some of his tech, and he went to the Yaoyorozu Corporation trying to seek help. Well, they told him that they wouldn't be able to do very much. Deku, if the Intelli Corporation does continue on, they are most likely going to be able to sue him in the future for his own technology's designs. And the Yaoyorozu Corporation, they're basically hanging him out to dry. Now, Deku was very annoyed, so he did at least give them all a small little thing to know. He told them about how he owns 11% of the company and he will buy more shares. Or, if that plan does not work, he will take his business elsewhere. He will turn around and start working for the Intelli Corporation, because if they're going to just steal his tech and try and sue him for it, if he starts working for them, they won't have to do that. Deku can give them access to his own technology and get paid a lot more money than just being sued. Now, they try to inform him that that would violate Deku's contracts. However, if they just hang him out to dry and he is sued, that also does at least tell Deku a lot more things. The contract would not matter at that point, so if he goes against it, why would it even matter? Now, Deku, he's been working on something for the last couple weeks, and right now, him and Mirko, they've moved back into the apartment after it was renovated. Deku, he rebuilt the place he grew up in, and today, he actually is getting dressed. He's talked to a few of his work colleagues, the ones that do work within the building he calls his lab. And right now, Deku, he is putting on a very nicely dressed suit, as he does go to shave. Or he just got done shaving, and he does stare at himself. His hair, it's all combed back, and it does have a gel inside of it. And right now, he does look like he does look the day he walked into the Yaoyorozu Corporation office. Him just trying to think. That feels so long ago. He feels like this is the first day he's going there. However, him going to walk away. As whenever Deku is going to walk out the door, you do actually have where Mirko, she's going to stop him. Ask him if he's okay. Rumi, I'm fine. Are you? I mean, you're acting differently. Rumi, I'm okay. Listen, I have a very important meeting today, and whenever I go there, I need to be ready. Alright? You've acted a little distant. I know, and I'm sorry. But, listen, I'll try to explain it later, okay? Just, if I tell you right now, you're gonna be more worried and more concerned. Izuku, I'm already worried and concerned, and the fact that you tell me that does not make it any better. Sorry. Can you just give me something? Let's put it this way. Right now what I'm going to be doing, it's very questionable. Questionable morally or in the law. Well, that's why I don't want you involved, Rumi. Izuku, are you going to be breaking the law? No. Just listen. If I'm able to do what I can, and I am able to do what I'm trying to do right now, it can solve a lot of problems, okay? Izuku? Okay, listen. If it gets to the point where I believe I'm going to be breaking the law, I can tell you, alright? Izuku? I... Okay. I... I just... I trust you, so just go. Deku going to leave. Him walking to the elevator, going down, and walking to his car. When he does get there, he does go to enter the destination into his map and go to wait. As Deku, he does go to look down at his watch and try and think about everything that's going to be happening. Right now, this is all going to be very difficult. If his plan doesn't go the way he wants to, if his plan goes wrong in any sort of way, then there's a chance that he could be caught. However, if it does go at least 50% perfect, he does still have at least multiple avenues he can explore. And that's something that Deku he's actually very concerned with right now. As we actually do have where Deku, whenever he does go to step into this office building, he does go to start making his way through security. Him walking through a metal detector, as he's stopped, someone is going to bring up their hand, informing him to remove all metallic devices. Oh, sorry. Deku bringing his hand up, removing his watch, his phone, his belt, and then going to pull something out. Deku, he goes to pull out a lighter, and then going to pull out a cigar case. As he is going to set down both devices, and then going to walk back through. When he does get the okay, he does at least go to collect his things, and then go to step back through. Him going into the building, and then walking up to the reception desk. Hello, what are you here for today? I'm here to speak with your board of directors. Do you have an appointment? I do not. I'm sorry, sir. You can't talk to our board of directors without an appointment. Really? I believe that your directors will want to speak with me. Okay, sir. Fine. I'll pass along a recommendation, or at least a message. No, I don't believe you understand. Mr. Intelli will want to speak with me directly. My name is Izuku Bakugo. Sir, I don't believe you're Izuku Bakugo. Alright then, fine. Deku bringing his hand up, as he was going to pull off the fake mask on his face. And the woman, she's very confused. She saw what looked to be an American man. However, the moment Deku did go to pull off the mesh covering his face, he did look like a Japanese man. And a lot of people, they did turn to see him, as the receptionist she did go to scream. And Deku, he does go to look around. Some security guards did start to run around him and go to pull guns. And Deku, while he is holding the mess, he does this go to bring his hands up, and informing them all that that was a demonstration, and that this is one of the many technologies he does have in his possession. What was that? Oh, this. It's just the latest in hero camouflage. I believe a demonstration was in order. Uh, right. Izuku Bakugo. Right. Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call. Just hold still. The woman going to at least make a phone call. As whenever there is a meeting going on, you know where the phone does ring and somebody, they are very annoyed. Whenever they do go to walk over and go to answer it, you do actually have to do pick up the line and ask exactly what is it, since they're interrupting something very important. Sir, there's somebody here at the front desk to see you. Okay, fine, take a message and, sir, it's Izuku Bakugo. I'm sorry? Yes, sir, he says that he wants to speak with you. You and the board. Directly, sir. Please decline. We wish to not meet with him today. I'm sorry, sir, it does appear that... Listen, please inform your boss that I am not here for any nefarious purposes. In fact, I have a business proposal for him. And trust me, he'll want to hear this out. It is a counteroffer that I do want to propose to him, since the Intelli Corporation, they do seem to have better aspects and business ratios compared to the Yayarosa Corporation. Sir, he says he's here to do business. Really? That's interesting. Okay, hang on. The man going to hang up the phone. As both Deku and the woman, they do stand there waiting for a minute. And while some of the guards they still are gathered around, they actually are trying to ask Deku about his invention. And Deku is going to just put it right back over his head. Before, they all just stare at him. It looks almost like a camouflage blanket or handkerchief with the size of it. And if you just fold it up and put it in your pocket and it was a different color, you wouldn't even notice it. Now, we do have for somebody to come walking out of an elevator and greet Deku. Him shaking their hand as he's going to walk into the elevator with them. And as the elevator does start to go up, the person in it, they do actually start talking with him. So, what brings you here? Quite a lot, Mr. Intelli. In fact, I did come here today because of a lot of things going on. Specifically your tech division. I was interested to see what type of offers you could make me. Really? Offers? Yes, offers. You see, I'm well aware that those men you hired to steal my tech, they were under your payroll. I'm sorry? Mr. Intelli, please do not play dumb with me. I'm aware that you do possess an intelligence-based quirk, not to the same extent as your daughter, and nor to I. I was able to best your daughter in a competition of intelligence, so please do not try and see me as inferior in intellect to you. Now, I am plainly here to spitball, and I am weighing my options based on exactly who is winning. I see. Well then, you want to join the winning side. Not winning side, exactly. However, I do have a very high-paying stake in the Yayarosa Corporation. Exactly 11%. And most recently, I did at least buy 6% of your own company. What? Yes, sir. I bought 6% of your company, along with even some other shares. I was very intrigued. I went to my avenues opened. And more recently, in fact, I did spend some money on you. Wait, what are you talking about? Well, sir, I'm a shareholder. And I am very intrigued by what exactly my investments will get me. So, I've come here today to see the best interests of the company see fit. The interests of this company are now part of mine. And if things do go bad here, I will lose a significant amount of money. Do you understand? Alright, so why exactly are you here? Now, this would be where the door to the elevator is going to open. Mr. Intelli does go walking out and speaking with Deku. As one of the two that do go to get into the office, Deku, he does get to do one simple thing. He does hand over a flash drive to Mr. Intelli, informing him that he does have some data here, and this will cover some of the inventions he does want to show them. However, for right now, those inventions, they are all patented. So if any of them they are to leak out or be remodeled or modified, then he will have full capability to sue them. And he does want them to understand that. Now, Mr. Intelli does go to grab the hard drive and stare at it. He doesn't recognize the brand of this model. So, he does just assume that Deku, he may have either gotten it from somewhere else, or it may be a foreign style drive. Now, Deku, he doesn't want to reveal it, but that is a custom made flash drive. And right now, it is very important. And we do currently have where Deku, he does go walking into the room with Mr. Intelli. Him at least going to sit down and start to explain a few things. As Deku, he does go to set down the lighter and the cigarette container directly on the table in front of him. Azrael does go to stand up, and Mr. Intelli does go to plug in the flash drive. You do for Deku, he does go to wait. Him going to press a button directly on his watch. as we do cut over to his lab, where somebody of Deku's, they actually are working on trying to maneuver around the robots. Now, as soon as the flash drive was plugged in and Deku to send a signal, you do have where a wireless connection is set directly from Deku's watch to the cigarette container and the lighter. These two things, they do both start moving around and slightly dismantling. As they do start to form together into something, you do have where they do go to grab onto each other and form into one solid object. And Deku does go to look down before he does go to turn his chair and directly go to point out something. He would like to show off to them his latest inventions. And right now he does want to inform all of them about the current predicament that he's in with the Yaeju Corporation. Because while the shareholders of that company, they are doing very well with his most recent inventions from last year, he doesn't believe that this year they do at least share the same interest as his own. And right now he does want to show them exactly what he does mean. Now, a lot of people are staring at Deku's inventions, and some of them they don't understand them from a first glance. However, whenever Deku does start to at least go through things and start to list off or rattle off what they do, interest does start to be sparked. We do currently have at least back at Deku's lab, and a few weeks ago. Deku, as soon as he started working on the coding on his computer, he went to some people. He wanted to start making something and get things put together. Whenever he started talking to a few people about building miniature robots, and even exactly how to code them and even how they would react, you did have where something started to get put together. However, whenever people did start to ask questions about this, Deku informed them all about the fact that he was going to be sued for his inventions by the Intelli Corporation. Now, a lot of people, they were very surprised by this. And whenever Deku did inform them about how he was going to try and destroy the blueprints, a lot of people, they were very confused. And the plan did start to come together. All Deku had was he wanted to walk right into that building and destroy the mainframe. Hell, go in there with a super suit and do that. Go in there with anything. Hell, walk in there with at least a baseball-sized piece of his power source and take out the entire city block. He was very angry. However, a lot more people did start to calm him down. Deku was acting a little irrational, and it kind of did scare them. However, it was very understandable. The man spent a lot of his life working on some of these things. He wanted to be remembered as an inventor. However, if his inventions they do fall into the wrong hands, he could be remembered as a warmonger. Now, we actually do have where the person, and at least many others, they are crowded behind a computer. And they're at least going to point out exactly what the person is doing wrong. And exactly how they're doing it. Okay, I've been working on robots for years, alright? Just let me focus. Okay, but come on. You could have designed that thing a little bit better, given it wheels. Okay, wheels would not have been able to be hidden in a lighter. Not if you made them out of just simple plastic. Okay, simple plastic wouldn't have been good. Okay, but how about another polymer, maybe? The same type of stuff as what? Exactly. Okay? We made it out of metal, so the tires were designed to at least tread on metal. Along with that, there at least a very sticky substance is coated on them. So they're able to climb up walls. Okay, but what about the little booster pack is to scale walls better and to not put as much stress on it. Besides, it can also transform into a miniature vehicle that can move throughout the air. Alright? So like a miniature airplane? More like a jet. Alright? So just let me focus. We're trying to get to the mainframe. Okay, fine. Now, while that is going on, we actually do have Deku. Deku is going to start phase 2. Him pressing down something on his watch as he's going to turn back to everybody. And everybody they do stare at him as he does continue on the current explanation. This invention here is very simple. It actually is based off of him continuing on, expressing to them that This right here would actually be the very latest in exactly how things would work. And a lot of the people, they're just staring at Deku. This invention, it would be insane. There's no way it'd be possible. It's, well, a spaceship engine. Now, we do currently have on the computer where Mr. Intelli did plug in the hard drive, as something is currently being uploaded, and it's being done so in the background. Now, you do actually have where Deku is going to turn back around. You do have where something does flash onto the screen. Deku staring at it, before he is going to directly step in front of it and go to bring up his hand. Him putting it up in front of the projector as is informing them that that is not yet to be seen. What is that? Okay, this is something that I am working on. However, all of you need to be aware. It cannot be looked at yet. What is it? I do not want to reveal that. In fact, I want you to reveal that and hide that in case we do have another meeting. I do want to gauge all of your interest and see exactly what you would all pay for this funding. Now, I do understand the Intelli Corporation. They do actually like ideas that do pertain to, well, combat. Combat? What do you mean? Well, it's from my understanding that you guys do have access to my power source. And if I'm correct, you have all been trying to find ways to make it fit. The power source, depending on the size of it, can power anything. It could power a gun for lifetimes, depending on the size and exactly how much you'd fire it. However, when it comes to vehicles, it can power them for hundreds of years. Whenever it comes to cities, it could power them extensively for a long, long time, depending on the size of it and population density. However, there also is at least something I do currently have. Right now, it's at least a alternative form of my power source. That, well, it is slightly more stable, and also is slightly more destructive whenever it is exposed to intense heat. What do you mean? Well, all of you do understand how a railgun is work, correct? A railgun? Now, this does perk a lot of people's interest. And Deku does continue to explain. This will be diving into the weapons market, and that is why he doesn't want to show them yet. These blueprints so far are left unfinished, and right now he is still trying to at least solve a problem he does have with something exploding. Since, well, those weapons are good for a few shots, they do not last forever. Like the alternative weapons he does at least have drawn up. Alternative? Yes, sir, the weapon that does disintegrate matter. That one in particular is one I am very proud of. However, replicating it with its power source and even a more extensive model and more up-to-date fashion, it is harder to do. What? Huh. Improving the ammo capacity is very hard to do. You're asking me to turn something that is meant to destroy matter and, well, change its molecular structure and rip apart its bonds. You're basically asking me to turn something like that into something that is less lethal. However, it does still have very powerful capabilities. These weapons are meant to stun. However, if given a boost in their power source, they actually can be very lethal in extreme circumstances. So, I do wish for all of you to understand. It is not ready to be seen yet, and I do not wish to preview it. Now, a lot of people who are currently sitting in to listen to this conference, they actually are very intrigued by some of the things Deku is showing off. Since, a lot of it they did not understand. A lot of it even their tech people may not even have heard of. And even if they are going in the same ways for development, Deku already has blueprints drawn up. He has models drawn up from what they can see. And everything they've been looking at, it shows exactly how far and how much more in the know Deku currently is. And right now, a lot of the people here, they are at least going over a few things. And while some of them they are skeptical to work with this guy because they have stolen his tech, Deku he does try to play it off. Right now, Deku, he's just trying to buy time. That's all he's trying to do. And a lot of people, they actually are going on with questions. And Deku just tries to answer them to the best of his abilities. As we do, however, Deku, he does hear in his earpiece about how right now they've at least tried to find the server room. And they haven't been too successful. Most likely, they are going to have to draw back right now, and then they are going to have to come here back at night. Right now, their information is at least being downloaded, and they are at least trying to hack into what they do have on the public files, or at least on their unsecured network for the building. And Deku, he at least does go to somewhat smile, as if to say something else. Now, Deku does say a phrase that a lot of people are just staring at, as Deku does inform them all that there is one more invention he does want to show off. And right now it is one that he actually is very impressed by, even for himself. Because he did make it very quickly. And what exactly would this invention be? Well, it is one of the latest in security development. And right now I do want to inform all of you. This invention of mine is very, very special and very, very near and dear. Because it is one that you can actually wear. What are you talking about? Well, currently on my watch, I do have a few systems running. However, let me just pull it up really quickly. Deku will at least start to open up a few cameras. As the laptop, or at least whatever the USB is connected to, it does start to show up on the screen behind Deku. Deku does pull up a few cameras, as he does turn around and inform all of them. Right now he is accessing the view of a street currently, well, down the road. And a lot of them are very confused. As Deku is going to show off that he does at least have a facial recognition software running. And right now, he just wanted to show them exactly how good it is. Now, Deku does start to scan through the street, and he does actually go to pull out certain people who they could be considered criminals. And Deku, he does continue on, expressing to many of them that right now this at least is pulling up more dangerous people. And right now those people right down there, they are going to be turning to the authorities silently because of exactly their crimes. This man over here, he's a convicted murderer. This one is wanted here because of armed robbery. And this one right here, they've been in multiple, well, pursuits of the police. So, right now, they're all going to be turned in. What exactly is this? Well, a lot of you would consider it to be a background testing thing. However, I do wish to inform all of you. This is something that you could use to actually scan and look into the records of your employees. I understand a lot of you, they would be concerned with new hires, and even corporate spies from other companies. However, right now, the software, the way it is running so far, it is at least 98% accurate. And it would allow you to find out exactly who is infiltrating you from other companies, and who actually is trying to work for you. That way you can weed out people who are just trying to steal tech developments. So, I do at least have more data on it at home. However, the system that is currently running, it is at least a trial phase. They could go in and press a button. As the cameras they do go back to the other side of the screen. Now, a lot of people they actually start to clap as they are applauding Deku on exactly the tech he's been showing off. And Deku does inform them. He is expecting a phone call from them. If they do wish to look into and further go into his tech, then that is actually going to be where he's going to start charging prices. And right now, everything he's shown off, they are patented, so do not expect to be able to try and get away with that. Him finishing things off, and informing all of them that right now, he is going to be leaving. And he's at least expecting a full tour of their tech facilities very soon. If they can provide him with that, he will continue on and actually go into more about not only exploring tech, but possibly even training up some of their people in their tech division. since he does want to show them exactly how some of his technology may actually work so he can use it very safely. In fact, he'd be more than willing to not only take the patent away from the Yaesu Corporation, he'd be willing to hand it over to the Intelli Corporation. And a lot of people here, they actually do hear that. They're quite aware as to how much money the Yaesu Corporation they can make off of the newest patent and newest version of Deku's power source. And taking that away could be a major blow to that corporation. So they do somewhat go to agree. Deku shaking hands with a few people and going to get their names. As Deku actually does go to shake Mr. Intelli's hand, he does give the man a very firm handshake before going to walk away, and handing the man a card. Now, we do have Deku. Whenever he does go to walk into the elevator, he does go to head downstairs. As whenever Deku he's in the elevator, he does go to do one simple thing. Bring his hand up and going to pull something off of his arm. As Deku does basically go to pull off a fake sleeve off of his arm and go to at least have the tech somewhat fold upwards in his hand. Deku at least then going to look around and see exactly what's going on. As he's going to slip this directly into his jacket and then go to walk out of the building as if nothing happened, informing people on his earpiece that right now he does have a very good understanding as to what he's doing. And right now they do at least have the blueprints and or at least fingerprints of the board of directors. So they can proceed in case there are extra security measures they can take. And right now, he is going to look into the tech division to see exactly what they can do. So, if they are interested in at least trying to maneuver the robot and find the facility or at least the backup they're looking for, then they can do so while he's exploring the building. Because that robot does not work outside of it whenever Deku is not close enough to proximity. Now, everybody, they are kind of annoyed. However, they do understand that Deku's plan, it basically involves drawing out the Intelli Corporation for as long as he can. And the moment he can at least go to back out of it, basically whenever his stuff is destroyed, he will go right back to the Yaoyorozu Corporation. I'm talking too fast today. Now, with that being said, Deku, he does head back to his office. As him and a lot of other people, they do actually start to continue on with planning, since it does seem like that's all they really can do. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.